Hello, welcome to Nintendo Nostalgia, Episode 9. I am Jacob Russ, and I'm here with my co-host, my best pal, Ryan Black. And we today have a very special episode for you. Today is our first Christmas special. Ryan, how's it going, my friend?
Oh, it's going great. I am so ready for the Christmas time. You know, it's just a few days away. Can't wait to dig in here and tell people my wish list. And yeah, it's been a good week. I ran off of 10 hours of sleep or so, all weekend. And I did a lot of working, and I drove to Chicago and Wisconsin, and so yeah, I'm home, and I'm trying to recover and get rested, so I can be ready for when the in-laws come and Christmas and everything. So
when are they coming into town, or is it going to be a surprise?
They come in tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Coming in tomorrow. So will you do Christmas with them on a special day before Christmas, or?
No, it's gonna be on Christmas. This is our year to spend it with the in-laws, so we alternate each year.
Okay. Sorry if you listeners hear a baby in the background. I'm a single dad tonight, watching the kiddo, so. But, very cool. All right, well, today we're just going to hop right into the episode. It's not a crazy episode. Today is, this week it's just leading into Christmas, and we wanted to take some time to just share some of our Christmas memories with everybody, of our most memorable of Nintendo memories. So, and we want this episode to be positive and good, so we're not going to be talking about any negative news that we may have or any good news, period. We're just going to talk about just this wonderful Christmas festive season that we're in. So, Ryan, I have a question for you. And that question is, what is your Christmas wish list for this year, man? So let us all know, what are you hoping to find under the tree this year?
I'm hoping, I know I'm not a big gift card person, but I'm hoping to get a lot of GameStop gift cards so I can put that towards the Switch. I've got about 120 or so saved up, so I'm slowly getting there. And then I'm kind of hoping to get a Color Splash, Super Mario Maker 3DS. Definitely eyeing that Dragon Quest, both 7 and 8. I played 8 on the PlayStation 2, and I would love to play it again, see what they've done with it, to update it. A couple of amiibos on here, the Famicom Rob amiibo, Splatoon 3-pack with the alternate color. Of course, the Zelda amiibos, I haven't picked any of those up yet. So, as far as movies go, I am still really behind on my Marvel movies. Well, namely X-Men. I haven't even seen Days of Futures Past yet, so I've got Days of Futures Past and Apocalypse on here.
Okay.
A couple of Disney movies I haven't seen yet. Got some pants, and I desperately need a new computer, so I put a MacBook Pro on there.
Dang!
So it's actually a very, very light year for Nintendo stuff, asking for Nintendo stuff, because I'm just kind of waiting for the Switch, and that doesn't come out till March, and there's not much out there right now for the 3DS, or there's definitely nothing out there for Wii U.
Yeah. Is that it?
That's it.
Neato. Well, that sounds like a very good list. I hope you get it all. That's great. I need a new computer too, but that's not on my list. I've had this one for since 2010.
So finally, one thing I did have on my Christmas list that I've taken off because I know I was bad. I bought something on my Christmas list but it's so hard to find. I didn't think anyone was ever going to find it for me. And that was the Pokemon Go Plus accessory. I had to get that.
Oh, nice. Very nice. So you just had to buy it, huh? You just couldn't wait.
Yeah, it was there. They got 4 of them in at my GameStop, and and it was employee appreciation, so I got an extra 10% off, so it was 25% off the price. I'm I have to get it now. Now is the time.
Yeah. There you go.
And if I do get one for Christmas, I'll probably pass this one on that I've opened like along to someone in my family who's not too like thrilled about having it, but would still plays Pokemon Go and it would be useful for them. So.
Not a bad idea. If we had a lot more listeners, we could start doing polls where we give out stuff like that.
That would be awesome.
That's a goal for next year. Get to that point.
Yes.
But cool. Well, I don't want to brag about myself, but you want to know my wish list?
Nope, we're done. No.
All right.
Go ahead, man.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, everybody. Have a good episode. Or a good week.
All right. What you got for us?
I got, just like you, I asked for Paper Mario Color Splash. I held off to get it. And it's funny, though. Like, I put that on my list, and that's one of the most expensive items on there, but it's actually, like, probably one of the least... It's the least item one of the least items I'm excited about, because I'm really hoping I get a new 3DS and a NES Classic. So, I mean, it's kind of a funny story here. The new 3DS was not on my list to get originally. I had Paper Mario. I had the NES Classic and an extra controller for it. I had 2 movies. I asked for X-Men Apocalypse, because I didn't see it this summer. And I asked for Ninja Turtles 2, Out of the Shadows. Then I asked for amiibos. I asked for all the Zelda amiibos, and I asked for Donkey, Diddy, and the glow-in-the-dark Boo amiibo from the Mario Party series, the Mario line. Then I asked for a Pokemon deck of the XY Evolution series, because people, if you don't know, I'm a collector, and I am trying to recollect all the original old cards, but they're now re-releasing the old prints with updated abilities to be able to play in the game today. So it literally is like super exciting and nostalgic just to go back and find these cards that were there when you and I, Ryan, were just little boys. You know, like, this is what it started out as. It makes me very excited. So I asked for the Mewtwo deck Christmas, but I also said, I told Becca, I said, tell all of your family and my family and you know, this is a stocking stuffer. So stuff my stocking full of booster packs. So I'm hoping to get tons. I'm hoping I'll get lucky and pull out a new Charizard, new holographic Charizard. I was never lucky enough as a kid to get one of those. I had to buy one myself individually this year as an adult. But so that's what I asked for now. But back to my story, the NES Classic was so it's still difficult to find. I mean, I really don't know if my wife even found it. So, like, a part of me is holding out hope. That's what I love about Christmas. I'm holding out hope because I know if I unwrap it, I will be ecstatic on Christmas Day. But I said, okay, well, you know what? I was like, babe, don't worry about it. Maybe I'll rather get a new 3DS instead, because they were having a $100 deal. Well, then you couldn't find any of those. Not only that, it's difficult to find any new 3DSs at all right now.
Yeah. 2DS and 3DS within a 100-mile radius of Indianapolis. They're just gone.
Which makes no sense. Like, why? Why?
Because it's a hot... Nintendo's awesome, I guess. It's a hot item because Nintendo's awesome and everybody's, like, nostalgia hard right now.
I guess, man. Sheesh.
Pokemon?
I bet that's a big part of it. But so we switched over, and we couldn't get our hands on this $100 one. Long story short, so then I was like, well, I might as well just go ahead, and I said, order me this new 3DS XL, the Mario World version. So it's the lime green one. It comes with Super Mario World pre-downloaded, and I thought that'd be pretty fun to play it in perfect pixel mode. So I put that on the list. I said, well, I hope I get that. Because then I told my sister, get me the new Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask 3D so I could play it on my new 3DS, hoping I'll get one of those. So I have an awesome wife, and I could easily see her getting me a NES Classic and a new 3DS, or I could see me getting one or the other. Or, because she's been struggling so much, I could see me getting a bunch of stuff I didn't ask for, but she knows I would like, because she wasn't able to get those items that I asked for. But either way, I'll be happy. I mean, I'm not going to be a spoiled little baby and ungrateful, because it's not what it's about. And I know it's a hard season to find these things, and my wife has a lot more to deal with than just to find me the right Christmas gifts. So that's my wish list. But would you like to go ahead and roll into the topic of the day? Ryan, what started this show was the whole idea of it was just thinking about all the good old days that I had growing up. I just remember that time when we got a Game Boy. I remember the specific times of getting a new video game and who I played that game with more. And I remember the old video game tournaments and game nights I would have with my buddies and my brothers, and even playing with my little sister back in the day. That's what listening to other Nintendo podcasts made me want to contribute something to Nintendo. I felt like, man, I'm such a huge fanatic. I'm a huge Nintendo fanboy. Like, I feel like I should be doing something to promote Nintendo and to just share my love for them, and help others enjoy them. So that's what started the show up, and that to me, that's what it's all about. Like, Nintendo, yeah, they may have their ups and downs as a company. They may do things that really irritate us at times, and sometimes they hit a home run out of the park, but ultimately, I always think back to the good times, and that's what made me want to start this show. Because when I think about the good times, I just think about how awesome my childhood was and how much I love this company. And a lot of those memories came from Christmas time, because like I've said on the show before, I like to save my stuff. I will get a game here and there throughout the year, but if I know a new Mario game is coming, or if I knew a new Metroid game was coming, even though I've wanted one so bad for about 6 years now, we haven't had a new one, and I knew it was coming out in like October or November. It's coming out in November. I would wait till Christmas, because I want the feeling of experiencing this game on such a special moment and a special day of the year with my family and with my friends. That's why, last week's episode was just wintertime games. Those games make me think of the winter, and to be honest, a lot of those games I got for Christmas. So I'm curious. I don't know all your Christmas stories, so let's crack it open, man. Tell me and everyone here a story that you have about Christmas.
This takes me back to a time when I was playing NES and television and Atari, and I played with, someone else always owned it. It was me playing on like my grandparents' system that they got for the family, or my grandma's on the other side, her like Atari, and it was hers, and all the cousins would play that, but I never really had one of my own. And when one Christmas, I begged my mom to get me a Game Boy, and because I know you had a Game Boy and it was huge, and I was like, I really want a Game Boy, and there's this new Gameboy Pocket out, and I really want to get it. Like, I just really want to get it. And she had me go through the ads and pick out which one I wanted, and it was one with Diddy Kong's Quest. Diddy Kong Quest, yeah.
Oh, Donkey Kong Country Land 2?
Donkey Kong Land 2, yeah.
There you go.
And that's the one I picked out, and I got that, and it was so special to me because it was my own personal system, like, and the fact that I could take it on the go. I didn't do anything the rest of that Christmas. Like, I went through batteries just playing that. Like, I wouldn't put it down. I just loved my Game Boy Pocket, and I was always jealous of my friend who had it before me, and he was playing, I think it was like Mortal Kombat or something like that on it. I thought it was so cool, and I wanted to play so badly, and then I finally got one myself, and I absolutely love that Donkey Kong Land 2. Like, and my first experience with the Donkey Kong Country 2, I went over to a friend's house and played it, and so playing the handheld and it being just like what I played on the Super Nintendo was just so good. That's my cherished memory. Like, it became my own thing, and I'd always stick it in my back pocket, and I carried it around everywhere. And then, of course, eventually I got my fanny pack and kept it in there with my Pokemon and stuff. I also got a Game Shark and a Game Shark book that had like a kid on the back of it with like shark teeth, and I had that, and I didn't know how to use it or anything, but I had that as well.
Wow. I don't think I ever owned Donkey Kong Land 2, but gosh, I mean, I remember getting a Game Boy 2, and I remember it's a good feeling. I mean, it's a good feeling to know that, like what you said, that like this is your own personal little system. It's not just set up on the TV. I mean, even though, yeah, our parents would make us probably share it with like our little sisters or something, and we would probably share with our friends, but it was yours. It was kind of like how we feel with our cell phones today, you know? This little device is my cell phone. That's how it was. And it was really something special to have. You really bonded with that back in the day because there was nothing else like it. You know, today we got a lot more individual little pieces of electronics that we take with us, but I can remember the day when I got my own, you know? So I know how special of a feeling that is. I remember the commercial for the Game Boy Pocket. What I think it was like, it was the Nintendo characters on the conveyor belt, and then it would go. They were getting smashed by some steamer or something. This like, and they were getting pressed into like pocket-sized flat images, so they would go into the Game Boy Pocket. That's what they were trying to do. I remember that. And dude, do I remember what was a regular stocking stuffer back in the day was batteries. My gosh. Mm-hmm. They switched from the bigger size battery to the smaller ones. What is that?
AAA.
AAA. They switched from was it AA to AAA?
Yep.
I remember that for the Game Boy Pocket because the gray Game Boy was AA, but oh yeah, do I remember that ever? Good memories. I love it. Now, the memory I chose for me was it's really special to me, and I was talking about it with my wife earlier this week and this past weekend, and you know, really, I think this gift is probably my number one Christmas memory that I have. I have a lot of good Christmas memories, but this one really, really means a lot to me, more than any of them. And I have to say, it probably is set the key foundations for my love for Nintendo, and I guess what you could call addiction to Nintendo is really what made it grow. Because we had the NES, we skipped the SNES, had a Game Boy. Well, my Traven had this SNES, and I'd play it at his house. But he also got a Nintendo 64. And when he got the Nintendo 64, my mind was blown away. Man, my mind was blown away. These 3D images. We were playing Diddy Kong Racing. We were... I think that I remember playing that with him mainly most. That might have been the only game he had at the time from when they got it. But gosh, I loved it so much. Not that I used him for his systems or anything, but I loved going there to play that with him. So my mom I have 3 older brothers and a little sister, and my mom, after the Nintendo broke, because they didn't buy the original Nintendo for us. My aunt and uncle got that for my brothers the year I was born as a baby. Actually, the only system my mom had ever bought at that point was a Game Boy for my brother, that I played way more than him. So I remember telling her, thinking to myself, okay, since Traven got the Nintendo 64, that means the Super Nintendo must be cheaper now. They're going to try to get it out of stores, and it's the older system. And I didn't care because I loved his Super Nintendo. I loved playing with him, and I really wanted a Super Nintendo because I only could play it when I was at his house, which was every weekend. So I remember writing down all the games we played, like Super Mario World, Radical Rex, Jurassic Park 2, Donkey Kong Country, Mario Kart. These were all the games that we played all the time together. I really wanted this. So I specifically remember standing there telling my mom while she was like making dinner one day what I wanted for Christmas on my list, and why I was trying to justify how we should get a Super Nintendo for me. We were let's say I'm 7 years old at this point, because I know the 64 came out in 96, but I know from the fact that the games I got, we didn't get it till 97. So I'm telling her this. And Christmas Day, okay, let's skip forward. I told her all what I wanted, and she listened to me and took my list. And Christmas Day gets here, and we are all the gifts are opened at this point. I don't recall if I was sad or still hoping or anything, because at this point, all the gifts were open. I hadn't gotten a Super Nintendo. There was nothing unwrapped. But I think I was just playing with one of my toys or something I got. Because I do remember sitting in the wrapping paper in the middle of the living room. I do remember that. And then my mom's like, I don't think I was sad at all. I think all the presents under the tree had gotten unwrapped. And then once that had happened, my mom got up, went to this little room behind, and it was the old baby room connected to our living room, and went in there, and she's like, all right, there's one more gift that Santa Claus left over here, and it has Jacob's name on it. And I think my brothers were in on it too, because they were kind of over there helping her get it out and stuff, and they seemed pretty excited. And so they bring it over to me, and I unwrap it. And I'm pretty sure at this point I'm thinking like, oh, did I get the Super Nintendo? I'm so excited. And then I go to unwrap it, and it wasn't a Super Nintendo. My mom went above and beyond and bought us a Nintendo 64. And, I'm starting to tear up right now just to think about it, because to know, back then I'm sure I was just screaming and freaking out. But today, it really means so much more to me, more than it probably did even then. Because now that I'm older, I can realize it. Think about what that gift actually meant. My mom, she didn't know much about games. She just loved her kids very much, and she had 5 children she was trying to provide for. And my mom was not a single mom or anything, but when it comes to shopping, my dad was involved. My mom really was the one keen on that. So to think about it today, like my mom was working night shift at the hospital, and to know that she went above and beyond and bought this system for me. I had all my brothers had 4 controllers, so we all could play with each other. I think we actually got 3 controllers. We got a yellow controller, which I deemed my sister's controller, because at the time I thought yellow was a girl color, because she had a yellow Game Boy Pocket too, and so in my mind that's a girl color. So that was her controller. Then there was a gray controller, and we got a see-through clear purple controller, so where you could see like the inside of it. So we got all those. So we didn't have 4, but we had 3, and that was still cooler than playing with 2. So it just made sense to have all of us play with it, and only one person sat down and we trade off. But just to know that my mom worked so hard, and like she didn't settle for the Super Nintendo. She got me something that she knew I loved, but didn't think we could afford to get and ask. And like that means so much to me that she went above and beyond like that to get a system that we really probably couldn't afford, but yet she worked extra hard, saved extra hard, whatever, and just went above and beyond and bought me and my siblings this 64 that was really kind of unbelievable that we got at the time. So yeah, I mean, it meant, and the fact that she got that to me, that system holds so much more key memories for me in my life today. Like that, we've had a couple 64 episodes already. I mean, every system we have a story with, but the 64, I think, is what really kept me involved in the Nintendo world, because if we didn't have that 64, I may never have gotten a GameCube, because that's what kept me engaged. That's what kept me in the hardcore gaming scene, to get the latest and greatest games with it. So I owe it all to that Christmas. I owe it all to my mom. So many more memories, and I'm so thankful for her and for her love that she has, and the fact that she did that. That's my Christmas memory. It means so much to me. The games we got were Diddy Kong Racing, Mario Kart 64, and 007 GoldenEye. So all 3 great games. Those are wintertime games for me.
And you wouldn't stop talking about Rare?
Oh,
ever since.
That's right. And little did I know that Rare, at the time, I didn't know what Rare was, but today, yeah, I mean, GoldenEye and Diddy Kong Racing made up that Christmas. Those are 2 Rare games.
And we can all just give huge thanks to the giving of Nintendo to give us these awesome games. Yeah, they're in it to make money, but in their company. But I feel like they really care. And now, as of lately, I feel like they've been more business side. But when they put out that game, they put that stuff in it that people have been asking for. Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like they listen and they care and they give. And I can just love on Nintendo a bit during the holidays, especially during Christmas, when I get a lot of their products, and they make these moments special.
Absolutely.
That's why we do this. That's why we do this podcast, is they take us to other worlds, and they teach us life lessons, and they get us all wrapped up around their addictive video game finger. Mm-hmm. And we can't let go. And you know what? I think we're better for it. So
absolutely. And I have, again, more memories than just that one that we hope to share in future episodes. I hope to share, and I'm sure you have many more too, Ryan. But I look forward to making more memories with Nintendo. Yeah, I wish the Switch was coming out, honestly, for a holiday season, and yet it's coming out pretty early in the year, and my birthday's in October, and I wanted this thing so bad. I'm going to go out and I'm going to buy it. This will be the first system since the GameCube where I actually buy it myself. Because we got 64 for Christmas, didn't get the GameCube for Christmas, saved up, bought it myself. And then we got the Wii for Christmas, and I got a Wii U for Christmas. From my wife. Our first year of marriage came out. So this one, I'm not waiting until the end of the year. I'm going to go out and buy it day one and get a good game with it, maybe 2.
We're going together.
Oh, absolutely, midnight release. Absolutely, we will be. So But there's many more memories to come. I love you, Nintendo. We love you, and we thank you for what you do. And, we hope our listeners can relate and tell us your stories. That's what we want to know. That's what this show's about. We hope, our memories can help you think back to some of your own key memories and makes you want to go back and play those old games and systems and just try to recapture the moment of what you felt many years ago. And then, we also hope to inspire you to stay invested in Nintendo today and to continue to stick with them. Even when they do stupid stuff that annoys us all, stick with them because I trust them in the end. I trust them. They'll get it right. They've always made it right every time they've had some kind of hiccup. But that's it, everybody, for this week's episode. Ryan, do you want to do our due diligence and tell everybody where they can find us?
Sure thing. Find us on SoundCloud and iTunes. Like us on Facebook. Follow the conversations there. We're also available on Twitter. We're sharing news stories all the time at Nintendo_NOS. That's Nintendo_NOS. And if you want to shoot us an email, NintendoNostalgiaIN@gmail.com. And I just want to say thank you, everybody, for listening to us. And we hope that you, Nintendo, and all of your families and friends and Nintendo enthusiasts out there, we will all wish you a very Merry Christmas.
Absolutely. Merry Christmas, everybody. We will see you next week, and we hope you all get what you asked for. All right. All right. See you, everybody.
Bye.